Hey folks, are you tired and frustrated with the confusing, hard to use internet directories? Or how about a user-friendly, cost-effective directory? It's finally here, folks, and it's very easy to use. Here's a first grader's approach on how to use this directory. The first thing you do is turn on your computer. I happen to use Google because of its dependability as my home page. And you see this kind of screen right here, unless you have Verizon and/or Comcast or Yahoo or whatever, you'll see something different. But the URL windows are always right up here. This is where you type in your website, okay? And this is for all you folks like me who aren't not that computer savvy. At this point, you simply type in the website of the directory, which happens to be www. I say them, THEM, touchdowns, TD.org. That's just the way I remember it. But it actually stands for the MarylandTalkingDirectory.org. And then simply hit enter. And then let's say, for instance, let's go over here first to, in this particular case, we're going over here to the Maryland and United States. This is a simple directory, meaning that it's just listings and it directs you easily to websites. As you can see here, it's called discoverourtown.com. When you hit on that, it's going to give you this large map. And on this large map right down here, you may have to scroll. Like in my particular case, I have to scroll because of the screen size. You'll see Maryland. You go right over here to Maryland and you click, and then you'll see different areas of Maryland that you may want to get listings on. Some other pertinent information here. Let's go, for instance, to Annapolis. And in Annapolis, you'll see the very first page is Annapolis Lodging. It's got the Annapolis waterfront. And these are websites. These are basic, simple websites. It'll show a few pictures. Maybe you might get lucky and we'll say a video. But if you go here, it'll lead you to anywhere you want to go in Maryland, anywhere you want to go in the United States, very easily. Now, when you're done that, you'll simply have to get back to the home page to get to your rest of your sites, the easy sites to use on the Maryland Talking Directory. And you simply go up here and you click back to get back to that page. So I'm going to guide you back up next to the URL window again. And we're all very, I guess, familiar with this area right here. You just go back until you get back to the Maryland Talking Directory. Now let's just say, for instance, folks, at this stage of the game, you may want to check out a restaurant, and you might want to see their food. You just click on restaurants. In this particular case, it's Anne Arundel County restaurants. Depends on which county you feel like eating in. And basically what you're going to have is a talking video come up. This particular one here is for the Deep Creek restaurant in Arnold, Maryland. How are you folks doing tonight? Man, I just got that mouthful of food there. Did you see him pop in there? How's the food down there at Deep Creek? Every Friday night you come in, don't you? Well, I got to tell you, it looks like the Waltons. We eat like it too. And then, folks, you'll have either a short interview and/or some folks just want to go right into showing their cuisine. And as I said, it's grainy here because we're shooting it right off a computer screen. So I'm going to just put a slideshow showing their food, and then they'll have someone talking about the food on there. I'll turn it up for you.
For those who like a little something spicy, like myself, it's incredible.
Wait a minute, you mean like you like spicy stuff, not spicy like you are?
Well, there you go. Well,
Wait, what all is in there?
We have mussels, scallops, shrimp, andouille sausage, peppers. It's served over saffron.
So it doesn't matter what kind of product you have, folks. You bring it on here. You go to the talking part of the actual website, and you can sell anything on this directory. It's amazing. It's cost effective, and it's here. While I have your attention, let's go to hotels and motels, all right? Here's, this is one I want to show you. This is an amazing new feature that they're offering, and it's very, very, very cost effective. But just if you will, check this out. This is amazing. The technology is... This particular one here is in hotels, is the Gaylord Hotels. And you can see this is some amazing technology. This shows you, this allows you to take the trip to see if in fact you want to stay at one of these places. This isn't just a bunch of words describing. You'd have to make a novel out of what you're looking at right now in order to get even close to describing what you're seeing right here. And one thing about this, I'll scroll down for you again because my screen is so big at this stage of the game. But let's, for instance, take a look at the National Harbor here in D.C. All right, there it is. Folks, back in the 50s and the 60s, everybody thought they could not live without being in a Yellow Pages. And, you know, 50s and 60s, there was one. It was called the Yellow Pages. Now, folks, that's gone by way of the Buffalo. Now, also, what happened was it was so popular that all of a sudden you started getting one for Baltimore East, Baltimore West, Baltimore Southwest, and if you were a businessman, you had to buy in each one of those areas. It wasn't like the old days where you bought one Yellow Page in one Yellow Page for Maryland, and everybody in Maryland saw you. And so, unfortunately, that went by way of the Buffalo. Then, you know, like I say, Verizon came out with one, then there was the One Book, then there was a Yellow Book, and they're all still around. And they all want exorbitant fees for you to be in them. And now, if you notice here was the 2008 version. You see the thickness of it? Then people were getting a little smarter. Here is the 2009 version of one particular area. All right, you notice how thin this is getting. Okay, now let's step up to today in the new technology era. Here's the size. People are getting smarter. People are saying, I'm tired of putting my name in books, and all this book does, you've seen these enough. Oh, well, now they're using color, they're using a photograph. But the real bottom line is, folks, I gotta ask you, all of these things have gone by way of the dinosaur. This is the new age. This is the computer age. This is the internet age. Those things are done. Unless, quite frankly, you don't own a computer at home, then yeah, you better hang on to those things. Let them pile up like they used to do at my house. The real bottom line is here, folks, it's a new age, a new technology, and it's time for you folks in business to jump on board. And my final question on this subject is this. When is the last time you looked in one of these types of vehicles, one of these types of publications to buy a shirt, to buy a pair of shoes, to get a haircut? Maybe you did call a plumber out of here because you were in an emergency situation, and there's no 411s or 911s for plumbers. But you may have called for a rental car, but you don't have to do that anymore. You may have called, I've never even used one of these to call a restaurant for reservations. So basically the bottom line is, folks, these are dinosaurs now, and save your money. Thanks again, I'm Greg Arnold, and have a great and safe and new year.